A stranger's smile on my worst day reminded me I wasn't invisible. I was having one of those days where everything felt stacked against me. Missed the bus. Spilled coffee all over my white shirt. Phone dying at 5% with no charger. And I was late, again, for a job I hated but couldn't afford to lose. I rushed into the pharmacy to grab my prescription, already feeling the tears building behind my eyes. The line was long. Of course it was. I stood there, staring at my feet, replaying every mistake I'd made that morning. Every mistake I'd made that week. That year. My brain wouldn't shut up. You're a mess, it whispered. You can't do anything right. No one even notices you exist. I believed it. Because lately it felt true. I'd walk past people and feel invisible. Like I was just taking up space in a world that didn't need me. Then something made me look up. There was a man standing a few feet away. Maybe in his 60s. Ordinary looking. Nothing special. But he was looking directly at me. And he smiled. Not the polite, tight-lipped smile you give strangers. Not the awkward, I accidentally made eye contact smile. This was different. It was steady. Sincere. Warm. Like he actually saw me, really saw me, and wanted me to know I mattered. I blinked, confused. Did I know him? Was he smiling at someone behind me? But no. His eyes stayed on mine. And that smile didn't waver. I felt something crack open in my chest. Something I didn't even know was closed. My throat tightened. My eyes stung. Because at that moment I realized I hadn't felt seen in so long. Not by my boss who barely knew my name. Not by my family, who were too busy with their own lives. Not even by myself. But this stranger, this man who owed me nothing, looked at me like I was worth noticing. I smiled back. Small. Shaky. But real. He nodded slightly, like he understood something I didn't say out loud. Then he turned and left the store. I never saw him again. But that smile stayed with me. I got my prescription. I walked out into the rain, without an umbrella. My phone died completely. But somehow, none of it felt as heavy anymore. Because someone saw me. A stranger chose to acknowledge my existence on a day when I felt like I didn't matter. And that one simple act, a smile, eye contact, 5 seconds of human connection, reminded me of something I'd forgotten. I'm here. I'm real. I'm not invisible. That night, I started doing the same thing. I smiled at the cashier at the grocery store. At the woman struggling with her stroller on the subway. At the teenager, who looked like they were having the worst day of their life. Not because I expected anything back, but because I remembered how powerful it felt to be seen. We walk past hundreds of people every day, all of us drowning in our own problems, convinced no one cares. But what if we stopped for just a second? What if we looked someone in the eye and smiled, really smiled, like they matter? Because they do. We all do.